moved on by Smith. And here's Priskin. Williamson's in the box. He's subject to a challenge by veteran Chorluka.
Well, the refs give a corner there. It was anything but a corner. Goal kick or a foul, but certainly not a corner.
Hara feeding a Suakoto with a free kick. And Pavlyuchenko's waiting for it. That was an important header away by Priskin.
Now, striker doing a really good job staying switched on here. It wasn't an easy one to clear, was it, facing his own goal? Did well, Priskin.
Here's Harley. Now Smith. He's pulled it back across. And Priskin scores for Watford! They stood up and did Spurs, and they paid the price.
Well, how much time do they want to give a striker in the penalty area? Time to take it into his feet. Time to adjust those feet. Turn, have a little look. Give credit to Tommy Smith here. Does really well. Shows a little bit of pace against Michael Dawson. But look at Priskin, he doesn't have to do anything. There's two players there capable of getting the foot in, but they can't. It's a lovely sweet strike from the striker, it really is, but, well, that's shoddy defending from Tottenham's point of view. And it comes at the end of a really nice bit of play, bit of pressure from Watford in the early stages. What a start for them.
And what a start for the new manager. They have struggled to get goals out of Thomas Priskin this season. The only two he'd scored up until tonight in the same game at Southampton back in October. Tonight is his 60th game for Watford, and that is only his 8th goal for the club. But what a goal.
Simple enough goal, really, when he's cut it back. I'm sure Priskin's expecting some pressure when he's got his back to goal, but he turns and he finds that he's got a little bit of gap. He's got a sight of goal. Not too much to aim at, but doesn't he find it well?
Debut in the competition for Liam Bridcut. No surprise that Brendan Rodgers had looked to his old club Chelsea for his first signing, and he brought in the reserve captain. Priskin.
I don't see that too often. Jonathan Woodgate, he's got Priskin boxed in on the line and he just nicks it over the centre-half's head.
Priskin. Still working hard to retrieve it. The free kick though. Here's Priskin. Williamson looking to return it to Priskin. Moved into it with his hand. And he's producing a card here. Is Phil Dowd. It's as though Priskin, in the referee's eyes, has blotted his copybook for what he judges to have been a deliberate handball. So a goal in the first half and a yellow card to go with it.
Sometimes it's just a little instinctive flick. There wasn't too much in it, was there? Blimey. A little harsh from Phil Dowd.
Well, heartbreak for Watford right at the end of the half. Thomas Priskin's goal capitalising on good early pressure in the first 15 minutes.
Perfect start from Watford, Ray. John Harley's played a major part in this.
Yeah, I mean, he wins a great tackle there from Lennon and just powers down the pitch. Lennon tries to get back at him there, but just can't get enough. And he just takes his time and plays a lovely ball to Smith. And then he's still got a lot of work to do here, Smith, to actually get the ball in. But the worst part is when it gets in here, there are two players around Priskin. They know he's left-footed. They've let him come back onto his left foot. And to be fair to him, he's struck it well. But I think Janice in particular and probably Woodgate will be disappointed with themselves afterwards that they didn't stop him getting back onto his left foot.
Great stuff for the new manager. Hasn't always been the biggest crowd favourite here, I think it's fair to say. Thomas Priskin.
Well, Thomas Priskin was the man who gave Watford their lead. He hasn't scored too many goals in his time here. He was so low down the pecking order last season. He actually had a loan spell out at Preston. It's Jenkins. Now Priskin, man who gave Watford their lead. Seems a while ago now. Great endeavour again, though, from the Hungarian, and he's won a corner.
Yeah, that's all he was after. He knew he couldn't go anywhere.
Priskin lost his footing, but then they're all doing that. McAnuff, and the chance on again, perhaps, for Tamas Priskin. It's deflected through, and that helped Gomez' course.
Well, Mariappa over on the right is furious. I'm sure he must have shouted, but Priskin didn't hear it. Hyde, he keeps coming for them. He's done pretty well tonight on those.
Here's Priskin. Slid through by McAnuff, but cut out by O'Hara. Here's Bridcut. Now Priskin. Beyond the reach of both O'Toole and Smith. Bridcut. By Priskin.